1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move.
Say, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I was arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing right there on that intro, and if you want to get that, all you got to do is hit me up on my email. That's 16thelifemusic@gmail.com, Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle me $20, and I'm going to get it to you ASAP, man. That song is only available on a 10-song EP directly from me by digital download. Now let's hop right up into this video, man. So today, I lost a subscriber, y'all. Hey, yeah, man. A dude hit me up in my comment section, and he left a message, or he left a comment that pretty much went like this. Hey, Chill, man, what's going on, man? Chill, I thought that you were for the children, you know, the video that you're doing, or for the youth. The video that you're doing in no way help or deter the youth from staying away from gang violence, so on and so forth. No more yard down. I'm unsubscribing. Have a good day. And so, you know, I kindly told the dude, hey, man, you know, hey, I respect you. I understand. Do it moving, right? Nowhere in the description for my YouTube channel, or never in my videos, with the exception of my Free Game Friday videos, have I ever said that my channel, I'm doing these videos to help the youth and detour, you know, at-risk individuals, so on and so forth, right? My channel is purely and strictly for entertainment, you know, for individuals who are curious about what it's like to be locked up in the prison system in California, or they may be curious about my journey, right? Somewhere, man, somehow I got caught up in this space as the Mr. Professional, respectable guy, so on and so forth, right? And I understand all that, right? So if you have been rocking with me since the inception of my YouTube channel, you'll see that originally I used to cuss, I used to clown, I used to do real names, and this is after just doing 24 years in prison, right? So I don't have an idea about YouTube and how it works and things of that nature, right? Later on, as I continue to do YouTube, and you know, you got to get monetized when you get 1,000 viewers. I didn't even get monetized until I got 3,000, because I had no idea the way and how much YouTube pays, right? So once I started to get an understanding that, while of course this is entertainment, so on and so forth, this is also a business, and it could be a decent stream of revenue. I stopped cussing because it makes the amount you get paid for a video go up, or at least in my case, significantly, right? And so and when you happen to come to my page, right, and if you happen to get some words of wisdom from anything that I say, that is due to the life that I led in prison and the things that I started to understand as I walked my journey through prison, right? It's not that I'm necessarily trying to convey a positive message to the youth. It's just my experience, right? Keep in mind, man, I started doing what I was doing out there in the streets, hopped out in the streets around the age of 14, 15, started selling drugs and this and that at a young age. So a lot of my thought pattern, a lot of my activities, a lot of the things that I done as a child, right? Or I done with an immature, childish mind, not necessarily caring about the consequences, right? So now when you see me come on here and say the things that I say, it's just a reflection of the things that I've learned and who I am, right? It's just that now, I realize that now there's definitely consequences. And so, coming on here, disrespecting an individual unnecessarily, it's just not my get down. It's when you are in prison, right? When you're doing time, those who take their time serious, you learn how to do time the correct manner. Because like I said, we all join gangs as children. But when you go to prison, you're amongst men. And if you go to prison amongst men, with your childish ways, chances are you will not last that long, right? So like I said, man, who I am now is just a reflection of the things that I've been through, not necessarily that I'm trying to convey a positive message to the youth. Not that I'm opposed to that, but that's not what I'm here for. Actually, we have an analytical channel that shows us all all the analytics concerning our page, as far as what country, what city, what gender views our videos the most, male, female, age, this and that, right? And so I looked on there, and this is not why I do my videos the way I do them or whatever, but I happen to look on there, and I believe the age group that watch my videos the most are between the ages of 35 and 44, and then right up under that I believe is between 30 and something, right? I think I have like maybe a 1.0 view rate between the ages of 18 and up. So if we think about it, in all actuality, the youth are not even watching my videos. Let's keep it 100. The youngsters, they're out there, man. They're doing what they're doing. They're playing their video games. They're running around being who they be. They're not trying to listen to no old dude, give them no information. Actually, like I told you guys, the only video that I did to try to detour the youth was my free game Fridays. And even at the height of the popularity of my YouTube channel, those have always been my least viewed videos, right? So let's just say you take five dudes who are in the quote unquote prison genre, right? And you put us on a panel. Then you bring in 100 at-risk children, at-risk kids, individuals who are gang banging between the ages of 14 and 21, whatever it is, right? And you have us, the dudes on that panel, speak to those kids, those 100 kids who are out there doing whatever they're doing, involved in activities that make them at risk, right? You might have 5 of that 100 kids who come to listen to us. You might get 5 to go home and say, hey, those dudes' words made an impact on me. I'm changing my life from here on out. But the majority of those kids, man, they supposed to go right back doing whatever they're doing. They're not listening to no individual, right? And so I did a song not too long ago. It was called Bad Role Model. And at the end of the song, I done a skit. And the whole purpose of that skit was aimed at the individuals who expect for you to be a role model to their children, or at least a better role model to their children than they are, and they're in their children's lives on a daily basis, right? You should be the one your child is idolizing and looking up to, not an individual on TV, not somebody playing basketball, none of that stuff, right? So if you're expecting a stranger to be a role model to your child, then to me, that's the crazy thing. You are in your child's life. You have to have constant, daily, positive dialogue. You are able to convey a message to your child better than I ever will able to be, because you are there in your child's life 24/7, right? And that's what you should do. A child should learn by an example. Real quick. When I was growing up, my father never did cuss around me. Never did cuss around me. Even once I got in my 20s, when I did hear him cuss, it sounded so foreign, because all of my life he never cussed around me, because he was trying to set an example. Even when he would be outside having his friends over there working on his car and doing whatever they was doing, it'd be 4 or 5 of them, they out there drinking beer. If I'm riding my bike outside and they start cussing, my dad said, hey man, don't use that language. You see, I got my son right here. He set an example. And so that's the way I am today. I don't cuss around children. I don't do certain activities in front of children. To me, it's crazy how you have these children. You have these parents today playing this rap music in front of their kids, their young children. What can their kids acquire from the lyrics of today's music, right? And so to me, it's just a different understanding for the individuals who do that, right? And so I don't understand it, yeah, I'm not opposed to trying to send a positive message to the kids, from time to time, I'll go to different places and even talk to children. Maybe a month or two ago, I went to some type of program and talked to some kids. Then I went to some high school. You know, I talked to individuals here and there, kids out there in the street. I had to talk to my cousin not too long ago. This dude has got shot 4 or 5 times. He recently got shot a few months ago, him and some other dude. And then maybe a week or two ago, the dude that he got shot with got shot again and killed. So, you know, I talk to my homies, children or whatever, in the event they need a word. So I'm not opposed to that, but I'm just trying to say that that's not what I'm here to do, man. So if you come in here to hear me, you know, talk positive to the kids, then I mean, you in the wrong spot, man. I advise you guys, man, to go back to some of my earlier videos, man. I got some funny hilarious videos, man. Chill versus supervisor. You might be deaf, but we don't care. The essays caught me slipping. The Fresno car took it way too far. Check out some of those videos, man. You will see, you know, another side of Chill, right? If you just happen to be coming lately, man. Anybody that knows me personally, anybody that grew up with me knows that I am the class clown, man. I laugh, I clown, I tell jokes, and that's who I am. You know, like I said, I just come on YouTube and, you know, certain activities on YouTube, screaming and cussing at the screen and disrespecting people is not an activity that I like to partake in, right? But listen, I got another channel. I know I keep telling you guys I'm gonna get on it, but man, go subscribe to my channel. It's called No Chill For Real. It's called No Chill For Real. I'm gonna be on there clowning, doing reaction videos, having a whole lot of fun, man. So real quickly, like I said, my core audience, according to my analytics, is between the ages of 35 and I believe 44. And I'll try to put it up on the screen for you guys, right? So my whole point of saying that is to say this. Even if I was to talk to the youth, right, it would almost be words of wasted wisdom, because let's keep it real. At that age, you don't have the life experience, you don't have the understanding and the comprehension to even appreciate someone telling you that, hey man, this right here can lead to this, and you doing the next, you know, 20, 30 years of your life in prison, man. Let's keep it real. When we're 18, 19, 20, we see a 30-year-old person that's old and over the hill, right? So there's just no way for those dudes that young to even comprehend. Now, what's crazy is I get a lot of comments on my videos of older dudes, right, saying, hey, Chill, man, I appreciate your videos, man. You keep me from crashing out. Because those individuals who have lived, you know, 35, 40 years old, 50, they understand, they have the life experiences, and they appreciate the knowledge, because now they can identify with going to jail at an older age. Man, imagine being 35, 40 years old, catching a murder, looking at 25 years, you know, going to do 25, 30 years. You guaranteed to be 65, 70 years old when you get out. Your whole life is over. And then, of course, you know, being a older person in prison, not being as strong, as agile, you know, you are potentially victim status, because, you know, a lot of dudes in prison do not care about one's age in the event you happen to get out of line, right? So there is never a good time to go to prison. But if you gonna go, and especially if you have to do a stretch, man, it's better to go while you're young and get that out the way, while you can bounce out at 40, 41 if you have to do that much time, and still have a lot of your life left, still have a lot of your activeness left, and stuff like that, right? So I get more comments from older dudes saying, hey, Chill, man, I appreciate your words of wisdom, because they can now relate and understand what it's like to potentially want to throw things away at that age, and knowing that it would be senseless, right? So to answer the question, man, is Chill for the youth? Hell motherfucking no. I am for the youth and giving them positive words if they happen to ask for it, or if they happen to take something positive from what I'm saying. But I don't come on here to detour the youth and so on and things of that nature, right? I think people automatically assume, because you have several people say it who have prison channels, oh, well, you know, yeah, I'm here to stop the youth from making the mistakes that I made. You know what I mean? Shit, at the end of the day, do your time like I did mine, man. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to try to tell them, hey, but if they want to find out the hard way, hey, just lay down and stay down, man. But anyway, look, y'all already know who it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.